what again comes to mind is in my office at work, I've got this poster which was given to us, I think, in 2015 or something like that, and that is of past presidents of the Psychometric Society. So it's got all their photographs, and they change every year since the society was established in 1935. So we've now got, almost 90 years of the society being in existence. And I checked yesterday because there is also the same information on Psychometric Society website. So out of those almost 90 presidents, only 6 have been women. Interestingly, okay, the situation has gone better, of course. In the recent years, we have seen more. But would you believe it that between 1935, when it was established, first president was Louis Thurstone, and until 1996, when the president was Fumiko Samejima, the Samejima's graded response model, so female. Now, between those two dates, there was only one. In all of these years, there was only one female president, quite earlier on, 1949, Dorothy Atkins. And it's just amazing. You just look at that photograph. Among all of these men, you just see that woman thinking, wow, how did she make it? So obviously things are better now. Now we see many more faces in, at conferences, and also as presidents and as professors, as, so now editors of the ORM, that's great to see. Like everywhere in academia, you've got more females at the kind of a lower levels. So more research assistants, more PhD students, but then it just becomes fewer and fewer and fewer. But so I think, methodology or not, the situation will not change unless it changes everywhere, because we are feeding from overall pool, and the situation is exactly the same everywhere else in academia, even female-dominated subjects such as psychology in terms of students. But when you look at the professorship, it's not the same proportion. It is much better than it was, for sure. And in my own department, it's very good. We've got equal numbers of men and women professors, so that's great. But again, it's not the same proportion as the proportion of students, so it's not clearly not filtering through enough, but things are getting better. It's always really tricky to talk about future, because I think anyone who talks about future then finds themselves wrong after a very short period of time, because it's impossible to predict. An obvious one here would be to mention increased computational power. We are just now the computational power is so great, so we can do things we could never do before. Such as opportunities to learn huge volumes of data, artificial intelligence, machine learning. All of these things will have to shape the future. How? I don't know. We just get really excited about new technology and start applying it without thinking very much, just because we can. I think we need to be quite careful about implications and whether what we do is ethical. Now, what people do online, what people do on various social platforms, LinkedIn, Facebook, whatever, can be scraped, can be analyzed, various conclusions can be made. I'm scared of these things, because as a psychometrician who actually specialized over the years in test validity and test fairness, I'm not sure about the validity of it and the fairness of it. So I would like to think that in all of these new technical developments, we need to catch up with that in terms of our rigorous standards for validity, to make sure that what we do makes sense, what we do is sound, it measures what we wanted to measure, nothing else. It doesn't invade person's privacy, and all of these things. You know, the old saying, garbage in, garbage out. If we don't ask the right questions when we collect information, it doesn't matter how many AI engines you put on top of that, it will never come with the right answers. Right. Because the meaning will not be there. So I think our job as methodologists and as researchers with experience, I think our jobs are not going to be redundant ever, because, well, I hope not, because what we can bring to the table of all of this technology is that judgment of what's valid and what's meaningful, what's useful, and so forth.